on the night of June 21st to 22nd, 2025, under a moonlit sky. The United States launched what has been called Operation Midnight Hammer, meticulously planned, intelligence-driven assault on Iran's most secretive nuclear sites. Tonight, we bring you an in-depth case study of how America combined stealth technology, cyber warfare, and multi-agency intelligence fusion to strike Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan, and why this operation may redefine the boundaries of modern hard power engagements. In the months leading to the strike, global tensions had reached a fever pitch. Diplomatic efforts faltered, sanctions tightened, and Iran's uranium enrichment surged toward weapons-grade levels. Against this backdrop, U.S. defense planners faced a stark choice: allow the program to cross the threshold, or strike preemptively to buy time. What followed was neither impulsive nor unilateral. It was the culmination of years of layered covert operations, each integral to the mission's precision. Operation Midnight Hammer unveiled June 2024 to 2025 of covert activities. Operation Midnight Hammer. The operation drew on four distinct pillars of U.S. covert intel tradecraft: persistent aerial surveillance using the RQ-170 Sentinel drone, signals intelligence and electronic warfare to blind Iranian air defenses; cyber sabotage, reconnaissance, reviving Stuxnet-style malware at Natanz; commercial satellite and ascent fusion to confirm site schematics and strike outcomes. Together, these components formed a virtual reconnaissance web, ensuring that when the bombs fell, they would land with surgical accuracy. Eyes in the sky, RQ-170 Sentinel, FRQ-170 drone. Months before weapons were even loaded, the RQ-170 Sentinel began its silent watch, operating at altitudes above 50,000 feet. These stealth UAVs monitored truck convoys, maintenance crews, and even subtle ground vibration patterns at Fordow's subterranean tunnels. By correlating drone imagery with on-site environmental sensors, analysts pinpointed the exact coordinates of centrifuge halls and ventilation. Shafts information critical to selecting bunker buster impact points for blinding the defenses, SIG and ELIT. Inside from NSA Operations Center, parallel to aerial recon, NSA-led signals intelligence teams tapped into Iranian military communications by intercepting radar emissions and nuclear facility control signals. Electronic warfare units conducted live probes, jamming and pinging SAM sites to map blind spots. When the B-2 Spirit fleet approached, stealth bombers navigated these gaps undetected, slipping past layers of surface-tier defenses without triggering alarms. Cyber sabotage, a spyglass of malware infiltrating centrifuge control networks. Stuxnet may be history, but its legacy lived on. Tindy, late 2024. Cyber Command quietly deployed a customized cyber weapon against Natanz's control networks. It's malware designed for passive reconnaissance rather than active disruption, harvested detailed blueprints of piping, tunnel depths, and blast resistance reinforcements. These schematics would later inform the placement of commercial satellites and ascent verification. Maxer, analysts in a fusion cell marking crater locations. On the eve of the operation, Maxor and Planet Labs imagery was the final piece of the puzzle. Analysts overlaid last-minute satellite passes on earlier drone data, confirming the exact coordinates for double-tap strikes. After the bombs fell, follow-up commercial images showed perfectly aligned craters at Fordow's ventilation shafts, proof of penetration, and evidence to feed back into real-time damage assessments, strike execution, and weaponry. B-2 bombers taking off from Whiteman, AFB, CGI of GBU, 57 bombs descending into Fordow tunnels. Tomahawk missiles launching from a submerged submarine. At 2:14 a.m. local time, 7 B-2 Spirits left Whiteman Air Force Base under radio silence. Decoy flights had masked their true direction, and mid-air refuelings sustained their 40-hour round trip. 12 massive ordnance penetrators smashed into Fordow to struck Natanz. Tomahawk missiles from an Ohio-class submarine pulverized Isfahan's uranium conversion hall. By dawn, 3 of Iran's most sensitive nuclear facilities were cratered, but not entirely neutralized. Aftermath and strategic reflections: oil rigs at dawn, unconvening emergency meetings, Iranian parliament scenes, and global stock market graphs. In the days that followed, global oil prices surged 8%, then stabilized as markets digested the localized damage. Iran retaliated with limited missile strikes on U.S. bases in Qatar. No casualties, but a stark reminder of asymmetric risk. Diplomats decried a dangerous precedent. Destroying nuclear infrastructure is one thing, eliminating decades of expertise is another. As one Pentagon advisor admitted, hard power can shatter concrete, but not the knowledge buried within. Lessons learned and future implications: montage of drones, servers, war rooms, and the UN flag. Operation Midnight Hammer stands as a testament to the fusion of cyber, signals, space, and human agent intelligence. It highlights both the potential and the limits of precision strikes in the 21st century, as nations grapple with covert capabilities in subterranean labs. One truth remains clear: in the shadows of hard power, intelligence is the ultimate force multiplier. Subscribe for in-depth analysis. Next, the rise of underground reactor concealment. Thank you for joining us. Stay informed, stay vigilant.